My name is Paul Roth. I'm based out of LA, and this is Paul and YouTube in the morning. Happy President's Day. Remember when we had presidents? We're going to get into dislikes. If you're not familiar with the show, we start off with dislikes, and we go on from there. I dislike that Scott Pruitt now heads up the EPA. Just like all of other Trump's appointees, he has appointed someone to be in charge of an agency who hates what that agency does. If you're not familiar with this show, I try to include links in the description of this video to all the things that I talk about, if there are links. And that is true for this as well. I dislike that in 1 month, the Trump family has cost U.S. taxpayers $11.3 million. On average, the Obamas cost taxpayers about $12.1 million in a year. A year. Trump's 11.3 in a month. Obama's 12.1 in a year. I mean, fiscal conservatives should be really pissed off at them. Unless, of course, they voted for Trump because of racism. Let's move on to likes. Good day to none of the above who joins us in the chat. And Katrina. Good morning, Katrina. Likes. I like that Netflix has been producing a continuing series of dragons TV shows. You may recall How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2, excellent movies. Well, Netflix has been making TV series about them, and they're also really good. The 4th season on Netflix just dropped on Friday, and it was fun. It was great. There was some emotional stuff in there, including the beginning of Astrid. No, that's one character's name. I'm still asleep. The beginning of Hickstrid. That's the slash name, Hickstrid. It's great. Speaking of cartoons, the latest Steven Universe, I like that. Holy moly, what an amazing show. It was called Storm in the Room, the latest episode. And it was just an emotional roller coaster. It was sweet. It was funny. It was heartbreaking. I don't know that it revealed any new information to us. You'd have to watch the episode, but it was a great episode. We're also joined in the chat by Rufeda. Hello, Rufeda. Let's see here. If you have any questions for me in the chat, feel free to ask. That's what the chat is there for. Learning. Okay. A little personal stuff. Not widely applicable, perhaps, but I learned that I can use the keys 2 and 3 on my keyboard. So I do Shift 2, Shift 3 when I'm in Premiere Pro to shift the focus to the source monitor and timeline, respectively. I used to click like a fool with my mouse or trackpad to move around on Premiere Pro, but I can just use the numerical keyboard shortcuts. What a time saver. And I also learned how to hook up my Zoom H1 microphone, to my computer. I did it to record voiceover for my Less Than Famous video, and I'm doing it right now on this live show. How does the audio sound today? Hopefully it sounds better. I think it sounds better, but let me know. I always do my do-do-do-dos between segments. I gotta stop that. Helping. Helping is my next segment. There is a local Los Angeles Instagrammer who I follow occasionally and who does occasionally beach cleanups. Like she'll go to the beach, she'll organize a bunch of people to get together with garbage bags and stuff, and they'll just clean up the junk that's on there. And I think that's such a great idea. I want to participate in that. So I contacted her this weekend, and I let her know that I want to be involved in the next one she organizes, which will probably be around the Playa del Rey area of Los Angeles. That's helping. That's helping the environment and my local beaches. I'm a little biased. Still counts. In the chat, we're also joined by Chris Lawrence, who says, perf. Thanks. And Mandy says, audio sounds great today. Yes. That's what I wanted. Really good audio. Honestly, I was jealous of Katrina's audio in all of the live shows that we've done together. Katrina's was the best, so I'm just trying to compete with her. Updates time. I am pretty happy with how my less than famous video turned out. If you're one of my Patreon supporters, you got a chance to see a first pass at my rendering of the video. I guess it was yesterday, Sunday. Time just runs together. But the final version with people's submitted selfies all included, that's going to be published in about 2 hours, which is 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's a good video. And now that I'm finished with my less than famous video, audition video, I need to figure out plans for what to do for my 4th YouTube anniversary, which is coming up March 23rd. Yeah, it'll be 4 years doing this stuff on March 23rd. What's a good way to celebrate 4 years? What's a good way to celebrate my 4th YouTube anniversary? Leave me your suggestions in the comments of this video. In the chat, none of the above says woohoo. I think that's in response to my less than famous video. And Katrina says, oh, I'm going to up my audio game in that case. Great. It's got to be competitive. Next week, I'm going to have like 3D sound that's actually, I'm using my stereo microphone right now, so this might already be binaural. So you might hear something on the left over here, and you might hear something on the right over here if you're using headphones. But that's fine, Katrina. I will compete with you to try to make my audio even better. I won't. I have no money. Other plans. Other plans. So my one plan is to do something for my 4th YouTube anniversary. Other plans? Well, tomorrow I'm joined by Chris Lawrence for the live show. Hi, Chris. So tune in for that. And I just wanted to, that's basically everything, actually. That's basically everything. I'm going to switch over to my dog cam for Sleepy Drew, who just doesn't understand what 7 a.m. is, just doesn't get it. And I will this time take us out by thanking everyone who sent me selfies to use in my less than famous video. Let me see if I can pull up that list. Where is that list? Here. Whoops. I've been prepared for everything else except for this. Come on, list. Here's the list. In no particular order, thank you to Jason, Nerdy Viola, Starboy, Katrina Ames, Melissa, Curiously Just Megan, Becca from A Life Learned, Rena J, Mark Hilton, Mandy, Pirate the Cat, Kathy Treithart, Sage, Corolla T, Chris Lawrence, Stephen Cash, Matt Polka, and the Junie Bird. If you would like to join my Patreon to support me, you can use the link that I'll be including in the lower left-hand corner of this end screen when it processes, or you can subscribe to my channel with the link in the lower right-hand corner if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching another live show, and as I always say, tomorrow will be even better.